And today I'm going to show you how to build this, but not that exact. Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. It's Catherine here from Tullamore Live with Kirsten, and today we're going to show you how we build this. It won't look like that, it'll look better. We built that about 2 years ago to go over the door with some lights in it. And it's sort of weathered, as well as those flowers that we tried in haven't worked as well as some of the original ones. So we are spiffing it up today. I'll put in a picture of what it used to look like so you know it has the potential to look good. And then I'll walk you through the steps, or Kirsten and I will, as we go, showing you how you can sort of build your own above door fake floral light arrangement. Bundles look like as we reverse our project here. When we were first making it, we had cut a bunch of dogwood and just wired or zip tied pieces together so that we got bundles like this. It was much easier to put it together this way rather than putting each individual branch all together. So how we bundled it, it was kind of just haphazard. We twisted them all together. I don't know if you can see that. But we just wired them and zip tied some of it as well. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys what it looks like here before we start building back up again. So your base structure in our case is 2x4, so it's just 1.5 thick on the bottom. And then if you come up here, you can see it sits into a little U-clip where you could take it out, say if you no longer wanted to have it. But you could do this on anything. So it could be on your patio, pergola, whatever you have, as long as you have somewhere to wrap around. And I'll show you next sort of how we start building it back up with zip ties. Okay, so Kirsten and I weren't sure what kind of shape our bundles were going to be in, if we were going to have to buff them up a little bit or add a bit more dogwood to them. But even though they're a little bit brittle, I think we'll be able to put them up and they'll still look really good. So how we made these last time, you can see at the base, we have wire that sort of wrapped around and then clipped. So we just used, it was the thinnest wire they had at Home Hardware. So it's not super thick, but it worked well. And then we have a few places we just put a zip tie in there to sort of control the way the structure formed. We found this size of, say, 4-ish feet, maybe a bit more, worked really well for our section putting it together, but obviously this will vary depending on how big of a space you want to cover. But basically you put the larger end all on the same side, and then it's going to fan out at the top. I know when we talked to Brian the florist in Strathmore, he no longer has his florist shop, but when he did have it, he said that the reason you use dogwood over alternative forms of other branches or trees and that kind of thing is the dogwood keeps its color. So you get, as time goes on, you still have that nice red color in it. So yeah, we're going to put these bundles on with our zip ties next. There's not really a specific way to do it or an art form. We just go for it, play with it, see how it looks best. You can sort of see this one piece that was on the back is still sort of together. So we might try and see if we can put that up as one section, but the little pieces you'll see us all put up as we go. So that's our next step. Okay, so we are going to put our first bundle up. The way we built it is you have your stick end here. You're gonna wanna build it so that your next piece is going to lay on top of this end. So we're building this way down. As a result, our stick end is on the direction that we're building. So things are gonna layer really easily on top. Okay, so we have our first one zip tied on. You can see we took advantage of where the wire bundle was because there was more space to easily wrap around. And then because our zip ties aren't quite long enough, we just strung them together and then really tighten it on both ends. This will naturally sort of settle down with gravity over time. But so the tighter you get it and the more upright as you go, the better. But you can always, especially if your dogwood is fresh cut, you can always, the branches will be a bit more mobile. You can always sort of put it back up after you've assembled it all or readjust it with more zip ties. So on this one, we did 1, 2 right on each of the wire bundles, making sure that it's sort of fanned out or finished well on the end here. And then as we add the back pieces and more of them, there'll be additional supporting zip ties. Okay, so we're going to cut the tails of the zip ties off before we continue building the back side. So we cut them pretty short, but before we do that, we make sure we pull them nice and tight, because this is sort of it. If there's an issue with them, of course, we can put a new one on. But obviously we want to make it as easy as possible as we go. Okay, so you can see here that some of the pieces are sticking out a little bit far. So Kirsten, our masterful person, is going to weave them back in. So you can sort of see what she is going to do here. Again, if you had new dogwood, it'd be a little bit easier, but the goal is just to sort of get it as one more cohesive unit. So especially if it's in front of a doorway like it is for us, you aren't going to be running into the branches or that kind of thing. Ideally, it's going to look beautiful and practical. And we still have the zip ties to cut on this side, but you can sort of see how having the back on, you can see a little bit of the front on the back side and vice versa. So yeah, that's what we are doing here. So last time we had lights from IKEA. This time we have some solar powered ones that are from Canadian Tire. So I'll make sure to link that information of them below. We paid about $30 for them. We got them on sale. So I was pretty pleased with them. I think hopefully they'll be great. You aren't gonna see like an angry comment from me a month from now after we've weaved them all in and they've died. But yeah, I'm feeling optimistic about them. They're a little bit tangled. So Kirsten's having a real time of it, getting them wrapped around, but it's going. I think it'll work out. So as soon as we finish wrapping the lights around, then we'll be ready to put the flowers in. Okay, so now is the funnest part. So once you have your structure completed, you can always adjust it later on as you'd like, but you can pull out your your artificial flowers and whatever you want to put into it. So we have found that bright pink ones show up really well. So we went to Michael's, and these ones are from 2 years ago. We have our cherry blossoms, as well as we got big pink hydrangeas here. So we have 3 of them that we put in, and they've gotten a little bit buggy from being outside, but not too bad. They're still usable. And then what's sort of fun about doing this is you can change the flowers or whatever you're using seasonally, so it fits with the theme. So you sort of saw the tail end of our Christmas one as it was on its way out. And then Kirsten went to Michael's again, and we're doing sort of a night-ish theme, or like a night garden theme this time, just for fun. And she got some more darker hydrangea looking fake blooms, and then more of the exact same cherry blossom. So if you're buying flowers at Michael's, or most things at Michael's, make sure you get the discount. So with these, so the discount, there's sales they have for spring or different seasons, that kind of thing, so you just have to wait for it. But these were half off, and same with the cherry blossoms. So those per stem should be around $5 to $7 if all goes well. And like I said, the ones we've had a long time are still certainly usable. So yeah, you can put anything in though, and I've even found good luck at the dollar store finding fake flowers for things. So we're going to weave these in. Usually we do an odd number. We have 4 of the dark ones, 3 of the light ones. So we actually haven't tried this yet to see how it looks. So you will see how this goes with us as we do this. Okay, so this is our final result. I really enjoyed making it. I think it looks way better than it did when we started. So I'm excited to see how it looks tonight in the dark with all the lights on it. I will make sure to come out and film a night view for you guys after I finish teaching tonight. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. And I'll be leaving a price and a supply list with all the details there. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.